Good afternoon, YouTube friends. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to talk to you about thermal barrier. Some of you won't know what that means. Others will say that's just a boring subject. But if you're building an off-grid home, even if you're building a shed or you're doing some renovations, thermal barriers are important. It keeps the cold air out and the hot air in. And if you're insulated properly, then it helps keep the heat out as well. So, first of all, I'm going to show you 3 tips. Tell you 3 tips. And then I'm going to show you my mistake I made, which cost me a lot of time. Not a lot of time, but some extra time. Okay, first tip. Tuck tape. Tuck tape. Scotch tape, masking tape, electrical tape, painter's tape, whatever it is. What I do with this tuck tape when I'm done with it, give her a little tiny fold. A lot of you know that, and a lot of you don't. But do you know how hard it is to find that end without that fold? If I put that little fold on there and I get that thing and move it around, and then next time I want to go to use it, even if it's electrical tape, right there. But if I don't put that little fold on it, then the next time I want to go to use that thing, well, I was pretty fast that time. But sometimes, it doesn't have to be neat fold. Just give her a little fold. You wish you did. Even packing tape. If you're planning on moving to your off-grid home and you're packing those boxes up, do that. That's my first tip for you. My second tip is thermal barrier. 6 mil is what you need. I had a video recently where I said don't use garbage bags, don't use shopping bags, don't use whatever. 6 mil. I went yesterday to the hardware store to pick up some thermal barrier. I grabbed a nice big roll of it. Like $70. I grabbed this roll and I'm walking to the cashier. And the guy behind the counter in the service department says to him, is this 6 mil? I just assumed that big roll of plastic in your building supplies would be a 6 mil. He says, no, that's just generic plastic. I said, well, how many mil is it? He says, it's just generic plastic. I said, well, what's that mean? He says, you don't want to use it for a thermal barrier because, and I don't understand it, but he said the cold will still go through it. Small porous holes, plus it'll break down faster. When you go to buy your thermal barrier, make sure you buy what's designed for a thermal barrier, not just plastic. Third tip. So if you look down at the floor here, you'll see that the thermal barrier, I taped it right to the floor. I mean, it didn't cost me any extra material hardly. Didn't cost me any extra time hardly. But down the road, I'm going to be glad I did that. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to draw you a picture. This is your outside wall. Comes down like this. This is your floor. And you've got, this is a sheeting on the outside. Right here I've got a 2x4. No, a 2x6. This is a 2x6 coming down. And I've insulated all inside that 2x6. But here's the thing. Cold air can come around here and go by this wall here and under here, right into the room. Now, I probably won't, but I could. So what I do, and I don't know if anybody else does this, but this is what I do. put a piece of tuck tape right there. Tuck tape right there. This cold air, when it comes around now, can't get in here. And this tuck tape is taped to my thermal barrier. Now, what I'm going to do later on is I'm going to put flooring in here. I'm putting, it's like you walk on it and it's got air pockets in it. I'm going to put that on. And then I'm going to put my laminate over top of it. So, and then I'm going to have my baseboard, or my drywall, and then my baseboard. So basically, that cold air can't get by this thing. And if that wasn't there, it could still migrate in a little bit. So that's what I do. Okay, so yesterday, or the other day, I showed you that I put plastic around these wall plugs and around the light switches and everything else. And the reason I do that is so that that stops cold air from getting in. I can buy plastic things at the hardware store and put the wall plugs in. And I was looking at them. I figured they'd be around $1 a piece. I looked at them yesterday. They're like $1.89 a piece for every single wall plug, plus tax. A lot cheaper to have a piece of plastic. So what ends up happening is the insulation is in there. This comes out, and I'll show you what the deal is. There's the end result. Tape it up. Okay. Let me show you the mistake I made. I built this wall. It's not finished up top, but I built this wall because this is going to be our bedroom. Those barn doors are coming off. This is going to be our bedroom. This is going to be our kitchen. So I built this wall. What I should have done is I should have ran a few pieces of insulation across there and then put up a thermal barrier across there. Just enough to cover a couple studs. If I would have done that, then I could have just tuck taped it over here and kept it going. Same thing over here, tuck taped and kept it going. But because I didn't do that, now what I have to do is I have to cut this thermal barrier, wrap it around those boards up there, those 2x4s. Because if I don't, there's going to be a cold draft coming down that wall. And the exact same thing over here. See, I've got a 2x4 in there. What I should have done is ran a piece of thermal barrier here first, across here, then nailed the board to the wall. But I didn't. So, anyways, that's the way it goes. Well, that's gonna be our closet, our door into the bedroom, and over there's gonna be door into the kitchen. This wall is not getting insulated. Everything else from this screw here on is getting insulated. This wall here. And the reason that's not getting insulated, that's about 15 feet. And the reason that's not getting insulated is because that's actually going to be an inside wall. Because I'm joining these two together. And that's going to be 10 by 15 between the two of them. Going to put a roof on there, join them all together. And going to have a laundry room, somewhere for my water tote, panel box, stuff like that. So I'm basically pretty much done insulating. Got to do a little bit there. I got to do a little bit there. This I haven't done yet because I got to tweak the top of the wall. I got to put a 2x4 up there and do some stuff. And this isn't done yet because I still have to run some wiring into this wall here. But otherwise the thermal barrier is done. It's all taped up nice. Every seam, every spot where I stapled up a piece, I overlapped it with another piece. Overlap it so that the air can't get in, and then taped it up. The window, I cut all around the window, put a thermal barrier, taped all around it. So that was my project for today. It's finally nice that I'm starting to get the place cleaned up again. I had boards and wood and couldn't find anything. Couldn't find my tools. 3 tape measures on the go and still couldn't find a tape measure. So anyways, yeah, I got the window in, got the patio doors in, I got some hydro in, and I got it mostly thermal barriered and insulated. Anyways, that's today's project. Pretty much done. Ready to go in the house and grab some food. Have lunch. I don't know, lunch or supper. I don't know. It's like 3 o'clock, so one of the two. Anyways, you guys have a great day. And down in the corner there, that subscribe button. Push that subscribe button right there. And I'll keep you updated on videos. And you just have a great day. Talk to you later.